For centuries, the British royal family has shared a deep and enduring bond with the armed forces, a connection woven into the very fabric of the monarchy's identity. This relationship is not just about grand ceremonies or public appearances, it is about real, hands-on service, with royals stepping into roles that demand courage and commitment. Wearing the uniform is more than a symbol, it's a rite of passage, a powerful way for royals to understand the sacrifices of those they lead and to serve their nation beyond the privileges of their birth. From historic kings who led their armies into battle, to modern princes who have served in active combat zones, this proud tradition continues to shape the royal family's legacy. Prince Harry, like his ancestors before him, was no exception to this tradition. For Harry, the military path was a natural progression, offering him a sense of purpose, camaraderie, and a rare opportunity to prove himself away from the constant scrutiny of royal life. He sought more than a ceremonial role. He was determined to serve on the front line, to earn respect through action, and to stand shoulder to shoulder with fellow soldiers in real danger. The decision for a royal to serve in the military is never taken lightly, as it carries significant risks, not only to themselves, but also to those who serve alongside them. For Harry, the desire to serve was deeply genuine, a personal quest to find his own identity, purpose, and place in the world, separate from royal expectations. His journey into the British Army would take him far from the comforts of privilege, plunging him into one of the most dangerous and challenging environments on earth, Afghanistan, where every day brought new tests of courage and resolve. Long before Prince Harry's own military journey, other members of the royal family set a powerful standard for service in uniform. Their actions helped define what it means to serve, not just as a royal, but as a citizen dedicated to their country. Queen Elizabeth II, when she was still a young princess, made history by joining the Auxiliary Territorial Service in 1945. She learned to drive and repair military vehicles, skills that were rare for women of her status at the time, and she worked alongside ordinary citizens. Her hands-on service during the Second World War was more than symbolic. It was a clear demonstration of the monarchy's commitment to the nation's struggle and resilience. Decades later, her son Prince Andrew followed in her footsteps, serving as a helicopter pilot in the Falklands War. He flew dangerous missions, often under fire, and faced the very real perils of combat, showing that royal service could mean risking one's life. These experiences established a modern expectation for the royal family that they should take on meaningful, not just ceremonial military roles. The public began to look for genuine commitment, not just appearances. The image of the Queen, her hands dirty from changing attire, resonated deeply with the public. She was seen as a participant in the nation's hardships, not merely a distant figurehead, and this authenticity strengthened the monarchy's bond with the people. Prince Andrew's time in the Falklands brought the harsh reality of war directly into the royal family, reminding everyone that royal service could carry real, personal risk and sacrifice. Their direct involvement in military life shaped the environment that Prince Harry would later enter, setting a precedent for him and future generations. Harry's desire to serve on the front line was not just a personal ambition, it was part of a respected family tradition, even as the nature of war and military service continued to evolve in the modern era. The legacy of duty was unmistakable. Service meant sacrifice, regardless of title or privilege. For the royals, wearing the uniform was a symbol of shared responsibility and enduring commitment to the nation. Prince Harry's deployment to Afghanistan was unlike any royal service before. Unlike past wars, Afghanistan was a conflict of insurgency. Danger was everywhere, and the enemy was invisible. Harry became a high-value target, putting himself and his unit at greater risk. As a forward air controller, he operated on the ground, close to the fighting, calling in airstrikes under fire. His presence required unprecedented secrecy. A media blackout kept his deployment hidden to protect lives. In Helmand province, there were no safe zones. Every patrol was a step into the unknown. The psychological pressure was immense. Harry was both a soldier and a symbol, amplifying the danger for all. This new kind of warfare demanded resilience and constant vigilance. Harry's service was a unique, perilous chapter in royal military history. It tested his courage and commitment in ways no royal had faced before. Arriving in Helmand, Harry left behind royal luxury for the harsh Afghan desert. He became Second Lieutenant Wales, living as any other soldier, no special treatment, no comforts. Life in camp was basic cramped beds, cold showers and simple meals. To be accepted, Harry embraced this Spartan existence, building trust with his comrades. The constant threat of attack was a daily reality, a stark contrast to his protected upbringing, yet he adapted quickly, focusing on his duties and training to manage fear and uncertainty. As a forward air controller, he faced immense responsibility, coordinating air support where mistakes could be fatal. The experience forced him to mature rapidly, learning technical skills and teamwork under pressure. The dust and danger became his new normal, forging a new sense of purpose. In this world, Harry began to find his true identity. In the army, Harry found a freedom he'd never known. He was judged on his skills, not his title, just Harry, among equals. The camaraderie was real, forged in hardship and mutual reliance. He shared jokes, stories and fears, building friendships that transcended background. The structure and purpose of military life gave him clarity, missing from royal duties. As a forward air controller, his role was vital, protecting comrades on the ground. He embraced the discipline, cleaning his own weapon and standing watch like everyone else. His dedication earned respect from both peers and superiors. In the dust of Helmand, Harry found belonging, a home built on loyalty and courage. Here, he was not just a prince, but a soldier among friends. Christmas 2007 was a stark contrast for Harry and the royal family. While his family celebrated at Sandringham, Harry spent the holiday on duty in Afghanistan. No decorations, no grand dinner. He and his comrades marked the day with simple gestures, a shared meal, a package from home, a moment of quiet. The threat of attack never paused for the holiday. Back in England, the Queen's Christmas speech acknowledged the sacrifices of those serving abroad, including her own grandson. The separation highlighted Harry's dual life, prince and soldier, sharing the same anxieties as every military family. For Harry, the experience bonded him further to his unit, a family of a different kind. The Queen's words bridged the gap between palace and battlefield, uniting the nation in shared sacrifice. Even in Afghanistan, Harry stayed connected to home, though communication was rare and precious. Slow internet and brief satellite calls were lifelines, linking him to family and his girlfriend, Chelsea Davy. These moments offered comfort and normality, but also underscored the gulf between war and peace. Letters and parcels from home were treasured, reminders that he was not forgotten. The strain of distance tested relationships, as it did for all military couples. Messages from his father, brother and Chelsea gave him strength during long, tense days. Each call or letter was a reminder of the world he'd left behind and the isolation of war. The constant switch between these two worlds was mentally exhausting. Staying in touch was essential, but it deepened the sense of separation that would linger long after his return. For 10 tense weeks, Harry's deployment to Afghanistan was kept under wraps, protected by a rare and extraordinary pact between the palace, the military and the British media. This agreement was almost unprecedented, showing just how high the stakes were for everyone involved. The media blackout was crucial. It shielded Harry and his entire unit, allowing him to serve alongside his comrades without the constant threat of being singled out as a target because of his royal status. For a brief time, he was just another soldier. But then, the secret unraveled. Foreign media outlets broke the story, and within hours, the news exploded across the internet, reaching every corner of the globe. The carefully maintained silence was shattered. Suddenly, Harry's presence in Helmand province was international knowledge. The revelation put not only him, but his entire unit at immediate risk, turning them into high-profile targets overnight. The Ministry of Defence had no choice but to act quickly. The danger was now too great for Harry to remain in Afghanistan, and the safety of everyone around him was at stake. Harry was swiftly evacuated from Afghanistan, his tour abruptly cut short by circumstances far beyond his control. The mission he had trained for was over in an instant. He was left frustrated and disappointed, feeling as though he'd let his unit down. But the decision was unavoidable. His presence had become a liability, not by his own doing. The incident starkly highlighted the ongoing clash between royal status and the harsh realities of modern warfare. No matter his intentions, Harry could never fully escape his identity. No matter how hard he tried to blend in, Harry's role as a prince would always follow him, even to the front lines of conflict, where anonymity could mean survival. In the end, his adventure was cut short not by his own choice, but by the relentless, unblinking gaze of the world's media, a reminder that some secrets are simply too big to keep.